What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is rFactor 2, where today we're going to be driving the newly released Flat 6 Cup mod from Enduracers around the pretty much newly released Palm Springs Raceway road course layout A. There's also a layout B, which stays on the banking and turns 3 and 4, and there's also the full-on oval course, which is pretty nice itself. It's a nice little addition, coupled with the stock cars and the Indy cars already available here in rFactor 2. But the road course, for one reason or another, I've just really always liked this infield road course. I don't know what it is about it, because it really has no business being anywhere close to good when you look at it on the surface, but for some reason it just works. This is a third-party affiliate track, so it's not done by ISI themselves, but it is an official track. I'm racing against the AI here, set to 104% difficulty and 55% aggression and 0% AI limiter. I have to say, these guys definitely do a good job around here. Actually did a couple of test races last night on a bunch of different circuits, just playing around with this mod. And I have to say, yeah. Just an absolute blast. The car itself is a heck of a lot of fun, but you know, rFactor 2 really needs this car, and oh boy, does it work so wonderfully here. Sneaking one up the inside there. Oh no, we're in way too deep, way too deep. We're able to get a good exit there. But this car is just a heap of fun to drive. Played rFactor 1, you almost certainly have heard of Enduracers before. You probably have almost certainly heard of the Flat 6 mod, which is basically the same car brought forward into rFactor 2, updated to fit rFactor 2, and yeah, basically in gaming modern sense, or modern gaming sense, I guess you'd say it's kind of like an HD remaster type of thing going on here. But one of my favorite cars in rFactor 1, now here in rFactor 2, and it just works so brilliantly here. Car is definitely the star of this video, for sure. It's not about the track, even though we started talking about the track, but that's just because it makes more sense to explain it first. It is such a blast to drive. We're working the wheel a lot, tons of grip. You know, you got fairly long braking distances. Because this car is what it is, it kind of sachets around, I guess you'd say. There's a reason why these cars are always so immensely popular. I'd say even beyond just the fact that these cars are always popular, one thing with rFactor 2 though is we haven't really seen one of the rFactor 1 groups that really made, you know, one of the absolutely top-notch, outstanding mods work on rFactor 2 and actually release something. I mean, we've seen things from Matt Corp, but yeah, quite frankly, their rFactor 1 track record nowhere even close to what Enduracers did. You know, we've seen good mods for rFactor 2, like the ASR Formula 1 stuff from the early 90s. But I think this is kind of the mod that has the name behind it that people are going to recognize and get them to look back at rFactor 2 and say, hey, wait, yeah, about that. I really do think this is a car that is very important for rFactor 2. And plus, it's just a heck of a lot of fun. I mean, this track suits pretty much every single track within rFactor 2. A lot of the really high quality mod tracks are more, you know, national level circuits rather than big time Formula 1 circuits or anything like that, which those are certainly out there as well, but a lot of the good stuff is the smaller circuits, which a car like this is equally at home at both those smaller circuits as well as the, you know, big modern F1 tracks. Plus, it's just so intoxicating to drive. This thing really is a hoot. Come out of the corners to get all that bite. But one thing I will say about this track, I don't like the fact that when they reconfigured the track for like the 18th time and added all the banking to it, they basically left the road course as is. Which means that when you come back off of the shortcut, it's a pretty aggressive move there, buddy. When you come back off of, or back onto the front straight there, you just drive into like a 20-degree wall of banking. So it's just like, car just... Is this track actually in the real world? Where it's known as Homestead Miami Speedway. It used to be a pretty much entirely flat track with like, what, 6 degrees of banking or something like that? Basically none. Actually, just a random comment because a lot of people, including myself, totally forgot this. Actually had an FIA GT race back here in the late 90s. Mercedes was busy sweeping up the place and ruining all the fun. Turn the car in there in that corner, let it set, and then just mash the gas. And use all of that grip exiting the corner. Starting to close up on this pack of cars here. Really, this is the mod that really, if I was sitting on the fence of rFactor 2, I was looking at it and I saw, hey, it seems kind of appealing. It's just kind of missing that one piece of content. For me personally, which I will say I am biased because these are generally my favorite cars to race. This is definitely that piece I've been waiting for a while. Hopefully we don't jinx it, but one thing I really do like about rFactor 2, I think a lot of people really like about rFactor 2, we're racing AI here. Like, I'm trying like it's an online race right now, I'm taking this seriously. I'm right in the middle of the pack, not even. Trying to do what I can. They're not doing stupid stuff. They're not swerving all over the place. They're not blowing every other corner. It's the way it should be. That banking transition, though. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and shut up here and let you guys listen for a lap or two. And again, going back to the AI, make a little slip up like you would expect them every now and then. Perfectly reasonable. Such as the way I just failed the downshift there in the proper gear. Go to cover it. Let's see if we can pick these next two off and keep that guy behind me. They definitely are pretty aggressive on the brakes, and you have the aggression turned up, but I feel that makes it more exciting. And they still generally do a good enough job of not running into you. As for the car itself, here in rFactor 2, I will say the force feedback is the thing that struck me right out of the box as being really kind of bizarre. It's not problematic. I feel totally used to it at this point. I now know what the car is doing entirely. There's no surprises here. When I first started driving this car, it did feel like the force feedback had more damping than a lot of the other cars in rFactor 2. It just kind of felt kind of weird. But that is something that I found very easy to get used to. So I'll also say the one thing that I'd really like to see change with this car, the LCD display in the screen, the textures just don't work well. Same thing with the rFactor 1 mod, as well as the windscreen banner. Other than that, though, I mean, I'm very happy with this mod. And those two things are really pretty nitpicky because, quite frankly, when I'm driving, I don't know that window banner up top is pretty low resolution, or that the gear display looks terrible. I don't notice that. That's not really all that important at the moment. I mean, those are two very small little gripes, but other than that, my goodness, I'm going to be driving this car a lot. I guarantee you of that. This thing is just such a hoot. And even more importantly, it fits rFactor 2. The content on offer within rFactor 2, as well as the features that rFactor 2 offers, it works. It's got that wonderful synergy. Buzzword of the day. I apologize if you can hear my wheel rattling over the curbs. It's just one of those rFactor 2 things where if you don't have the force feedback smoothing turned on, every now and then you'll get it depending on the profile of the curbs. And here they got the ripple strip type action going on. Bit too much power there. Like we've opened up gaps to the cars behind us. And another thing I will mention, there are fewer skins with this mod than what there was for the rFactor 1 version. I don't know if they're planning on bringing all of them over, or if I'm just totally misremembering things. There's still more than enough to get a full grid here. But I do feel like it is something that is worth mentioning because the Flat 6 mod in rFactor 1 had all of the basically all the national Flat 6 mod, or Flat 6 cups, as we'll call them. Yes, yes, we all know what it is. Yes, yes, yes. Let's not tempt fate here. But had pretty much all of those represented crap load of skins. So, you know, it is kind of a little bit, you know, not so great in that regard, but in actual application, it doesn't really matter that much unless you're a diehard of a certain year of a certain national Flat 6 Cup series, so. Up in the backside of that curb there. You get closer to these guys, that way I can actually outbrake them. So I feel like I am a little bit faster, but I'm just faster in spots that don't really work out all that well. A little bit of a bump there. It's funny, coming off the corner, I'm losing ground there. It's the car in front, but it's the car behind. I'm gaining tons of ground lap after lap. We got a chance coming to the next corner. Except that little slide just killed me. Just lay the fender on him. Just gonna go defensive. He should have known better. Let's see, it looks like we're gonna have one lap left. Let's see if we can catch this car up here and pass him. Finish 13th place. We're 14th right now. Too hot, too hot, too hot. Yep, I've screwed it up. I ain't gonna stop me. That will not stop me. So there you go. This mod rocks. That's all that needs to be said. Links down in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.